What's the saddest? It's okay, I'm used to it. You've heard? Like the one time a girl ever asked me out in my life. Back in high school, I told her, "Sorry, I just met another girl I really like and we're starting to get serious, so I can't right now." And her answer was that, "It's okay, I'm used to it. No one ever picks me first." It was something like that. I felt fucking terrible cause usually, back then, that would have been my line. When I'd go to my friend's house, and their parents would just belittle them and make them visibly upset. Heartbreaker, man. I was raised by, let's say, strict parents. As a kid, I was always weirded out when I'd visit my friends and they'd talk all friendly with their parents. I used to think, what a fact, why aren't they afraid of them? Same exact thing for me. I'd go over to my friend's house and think, you aren't afraid to ask them that? Or, isn't she gonna get mad if you ask that? One day my friend asked me, is your life at home okay? And I lied and said yeah. But eventually I confided in him and broke down crying, saying all the shit my mom would do and say to me really helped me out being able to talk to someone. Because to anyone else my mom looked like a great mom. From the outside looking in, she gave me everything I needed, but she would belittle me and hurt me behind closed doors. When a kid is left waiting for their parents. My dad left me at the airport for 6 hours. When I came home for Christmas from the Air Force, every other military guy had family waiting for them at baggage claim. Never wasted money flying home again. I am in the Navy. Heard of a guy who went through basic training, went to spend the weekend at his parents' before starting trade training to find that they had moved and not told him. I'm sorry, I forgot to invite you to insert somewhere fun. It's okay, I'm used to it. I don't even get invitations at all. I give this answer quite often when people find out that I'm in constant pain. It's a lie, of course. You never get used to pain. Had a friend who was really lonely, and his old friends were awful to him. Like there was one girl who would just hit him and stuff and emotionally abuse him really bad, but he didn't have any other friends, so he just stuck with it. Accidentally hit him lightly or something when he said, "It's okay, I'm used to it," and I felt so bad for the poor guy. He's fine now though. When you're volunteering at the homeless shelter, and they have to turn someone out on a cold winter night because the facility is maxed out, the person, with tears, says, "It's okay, I'm used to it." My son talking about how his mother, my ex-wife, talks to him. During our marriage she would take everything out on me, whether it was my fault or not. Too busy at work, shout at me. Her family coming to visit, shout at me. Now we are apart, she does the same thing to him. He moves between both houses by his own choice. Last week she told him, "You might as well leave." As you would imagine, he was very upset. When he got to my place he was making excuses for her, and actually said, "It's okay, I'm used to it." I have never spoken badly about his mother to any of my children until now. I have been talking him since then that she used to do this to me and that it's actually not okay. He has spent a lot of time considering what I have been saying. He is 20 and has said he is going to have a discussion with her about it. I hope she acts like as much of an adult as he is, but I don't like the chances of that. This won't be a very popular opinion unless you've really been through it, but when people constantly interrupt you, especially when it's by people that you love, it's one thing when it's a lively and interesting conversation, then I get it. But even in just normal everyday communication, after asking so many people to stop with no avail, it gets to the point where you know nobody is really listening or cares what you have to say. I'm almost just tired of talking. But it's okay, I'm used to it. Preface. My boyfriend has lost his mom, both of his uncles, and his step-grandfather, all separate instances. Literally last Sunday night at midnight my boyfriend woke me up to tell me that one of his really good friends from high school died. He was so upset and I was so sad for him. I told him how sorry I was for him because I honestly didn't even know what to say. His response? "It's okay. I'm used to it," in the saddest tone I've ever heard. I started crying. How freaking heartbreaking. My GF told me she still has back pain and aches from her father hitting her before. When I told her I'm worried and I'm sorry, she responds, "It's okay, I'm used to it." My heart goddamn broke. I was just lost for words. Something related to having no friends and nothing to do. That's what I think when people ask what I'm doing for the holiday weekend whatever. I don't have any friends, and haven't for a very long time, and I never have anything to do but sit at home and try to figure out what the hell is so wrong with me that people never have any interest in me. I never say that response out loud though, as I don't want people to feel bad for me. If anything, I'll just say something like it'll be nice to have a quiet, peaceful holiday weekend whatever. This Christmas I'll just be sitting home, alone. I might order a pizza. That sounds kinda nice. Being left out alone all the time. Fucking Snapchat and social media, man. It hurts to see your friends together having an awesome time and never getting an invite. Telling a child their parent is late to pick them up. Then the kid pulls out his second lunch, a thermos, and a blanket, and sits down on the sidewalk. I just stopped going home. I made friends with my friends' parents. They liked me better than their own kids, because I was helpful, respectful, and kind to them. 2 of them even gave me my own bedroom in their houses, even going so far as helping me through college, something my own parents never even considered. I had a girl in high school apologizing for hitting me with a metal stick a few months before the apology. The reflex answer was, "NVM, I'm used to that." The look of shame on her face when I said that was some painful shit. My wife after sex with me. Constantly having different utilities cut off and multiple eviction threats from the landlord, and a large possibility of becoming homeless in the near future because whoever you live with would rather stock up on liquor than save for rent and bills. What did you get for Christmas? Nothing. I get sad looks, but truthfully it's okay. I am used to it. I had a roommate after college that unfortunately slipped back into a pill problem. I came back to the apartment one evening with my mom to find my roommate passed out on the floor and incoherent. I was freaking out the entire time, but my mom was incredibly calm and knew exactly what to do. Afterwards she told me, "I used to have to do that all the time with my dad." My mom grew up with an alcoholic father who ended up dying of his disease, so she had been through a lot. But I really had no idea how bad it had been for her until then. I still get a little choked up thinking about her face in that moment. I'm the sad sack in this story. My youngest brother passed away a little over a year ago. At the funeral, my aunt was introducing me to people and most responses were, "Oh wow, I didn't even know he had a sister." After about an hour of this, I was introduced to my dad's pastor, and he said, "Oh wow, I had no idea Lex had a sister." And I said, "Yeah, it's okay, I'm used to it." And he says, "Oh wow, that's so sad. Like, thanks a fuck ton, people." Someone hurling insults, swears hurtful words at a person. This is basically what I say. Because I've had so many hurtful words thrown at me, I'm practically immune to it by now. Yup, same here. On the bright side, being able to say, "I've been called worse by better, and it be 100% accurate," is rather satisfying in strange sort of way. This kid I had an after-school program was supposed to be picked up by his dad for the weekend. Talked basically all Friday how much fun they were gonna have. Well, Monday came and I found out the dad never showed. The kid seemed fine though, and when I tried to get if he really was okay, he said, "It's okay, I should be used to this by now." Also, another kid I babysit. Her mom is supposed to call on Sunday nights but skips many of them, and he just calls whenever she pleases really, and gets mad at the kid for not answering while in school. I asked her about it, and she said it doesn't bother her, cause she's so used to her mom being flaky and not calling at the agreed upon time. Getting rejected or ghosted. Not going to lie, I legitimately thought being ghosted was a normal thing to happen. Like you talk to someone, then one day they just stop. Like a completely normal experience. Been like that with about 80% of the people I interact with. Whenever I talk to someone, I always assume this is the last time I will interact with them. Most of the time I'm right. It wasn't until my friend was complaining about being ghosted, and I said, "What's ghosting?" Then they explained it, and I said, "So, like normal? What's wrong with that?" On the bright side, I distracted my friend from his grief. My mom usually can't attend school events because she's working. When she tells me she can't attend something, that's my response. I was that kid. My parents ran a restaurant, so if they came to my events, they'd have to close the restaurant. I understood, but it doesn't make it feel any better to understand. Do you have a similar story? Leave a comment. and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.